Hi all, myself Melvin Varghese, currently working as data engineer for an IT firm. Today I would like to present you a project which I recently worked, that is data pipeline using Snowflake External Stage via Airflow. This is similar to the previous project which I had done, that is Snowflake External Stage pipeline via AWS Lambda. In this video, I would like to cover technology used in this project, live demo, basic query walkthrough. The basic query walkthrough might be in the second part of the video based on the length of this video. Technology used are Python, Snowflake, MySQL, and Airflow. Python is a core language in this project. Snowflake is a target data warehouse. MySQL is the source database. Airflow for orchestration. This project leverages AWS S3 as an intermediary storage solution, utilizing the Airflow and its S3 key sensor to load the data from S3 bucket to Snowflake, performing incremental data loads via metadata-driven approach. In this pipeline, MySQL database will be migrating one table, that is Amazon book reviews. Columns for Amazon book reviews are book ID, reviewer name, rating, review title, review content, reviewed on, business date. The primary key for this table is combination of book ID, reviewer name, and business date. For external states data ingestion, we'll be having a config entry in the source database for incremental load. There will be a config entry in the table config. So this is the config entry for the table Amazon books. The entry is Amazon books, the table name, and the last extract date. For generating the source data, I have developed another pipeline using web scraping. If you're interested to know how the data is generated in MySQL database using web scraping, link is mentioned in the description. Please do refer the video. For external states data pipeline, a tag is developed to upload the data to S3 bucket. To do the incremental load, we use the metadata-driven approach to upload the delta changes data to S3 bucket. On successful upload of data, config is updated. This is similar to the previous data pipeline external stage using AWS Lambda service. So the same, the delta changes from MySQL database using last extract is fetched and loaded to S3 bucket. On successful upload, the config entry is updated. That is table config table for the respective table. In the target data workflow, it's similar to the previous pipeline, that is using external stage using Lambda service. Here, instead of AWS Lambda, we are using Airflow DAG with AWS S3 key sensor. Using the AWS S3 key sensor, it could search for a file that is loaded to S3 bucket. It could even wait for the file if the file has not arrived before till the specified duration of the time. Once the file arrives, the next task is run. Those are loading the data to external table, loading the data from external table to the table, that is in this scenario it is transient table. On successful incremental load, update the configs that is stored in Snowflake. If there any failure happens, we have developed one more task, that is to send the emails using AWS SNS topic having the relevant error messages. Now let's see the source data DDLs. Now I have logged into Snowflake console. Here I've created external stage table. Stage name is Amazon book review external stage. Assigning the S3 bucket path, having the right file format, and assigning the necessary permissions by storage integration. Now I have created over here external table, that is Amazon book reviews underscore ext, having an extra column that is file date partition. I hope you will be knowing now how I created the partition column from the previous video, that is external stage via Lambda. Now I've created over here the transient table. This is the final destination table. We are finally loading it. It contains all the column along with the partition column. So these are the details. I hope you see over here. This is the database name. Inside it, we'll be having the config entry as well. So this is the config. If you see here, we'll be having two tables, table config and primary key. So for table config, we are having this entry, the last extract date and the table name. And for the primary key, we are having inserted. As I said, for Amazon book reviews, we have combination of three, that is book ID, reviewer name, and business date. So this is it. Now let's get into the demo. Now I have opened the Ubuntu virtual machine where I installed the Airflow and all the developments are done here. So the DAG which I opened is Snowflake External Stage Source Amazon Book Review DAG. This is the DAG in which it takes the delta changes from the source database. Here the source database MySQL from the source delta change is loaded to the S3 bucket. So this DAG does this task. Let me show you the next DAG. This is the destination Amazon book review DAG. Once the data is loaded to S3 bucket using the file watcher, let me just zoom in this task. If you see over here, you'll get two tasks over here, get current data path and S3 file checks. So these two combined is actually a file watcher. If you would have seen the slide, workflow slide, I had mentioned over there as a file watcher step task. So this is nothing but combining these two become the file watcher step task. Here it generates the path. Here, why do we need to maintain a separate task is because as it's a dynamic, each day that our last extract date keep on changing, we had to generate the path. And after generating, we are passing it to the S3 key sensor. I hope you are able to see this S3 key sensor. Later, it follows the same, like load data to the external table, from external table to the transient table. Then, on successful, update the config. So these are the steps which are running over here. Let me zoom back. So these are the two DAGs. Before running the DAG, starting the DAG, let me show you what is the data there in the source. Let me run. What are the data there? So let me run the business date. As you see over here, once I run the business date for Amazon book reviews and the respective counts, we have the data till business date of 2nd March 2024. That is 182 records. So let's see what is the last extract date in the source. So till which file the data is loaded into the S3 bucket. As you see over here in the Amazon book review, the last extract date is 1st March 2024. But we have data till 2nd March 2024. So these are the things which we need to do. So the delta changes will be the 2nd March 2024. This data will be loaded to the S3 bucket. Now let me just quickly show you what is in the S3 bucket. So this is the S3 bucket path where the data is getting loaded. Amazon, this is the S3 bucket name. Inside Snowflake, I've created the external table. This is nothing but the database name and table name. Inside it, all the file partitions are there. Here you see the 2nd March 2024 is not there. So that folder will be uploaded by the first tag. Let me show you inside the Snowflake. That is nothing but the target data database. So let me run this. As you see, when I'm running the Amazon book business date, we have data till only 1st March 2024. We do not have all the 2nd March. So as soon as we run the tag, the data will be loaded over here. Okay, so this is it. So let me, as I showed you, let me run the DAG. Here, before running the DAG, let me run first the destination DAG first. Okay, let me run this first. So as you see over here, we have not loaded the latest file yet. Okay. One advantage over here is, as we are using an AWS S3 key sensor, we can keep it, if the file is not arrived, we can keep it for waiting. Okay. So you see over here, the particular task is in here, blue color. Blue color is up for reschedule. It is nothing but it is leaving the resource. It is waiting for a time period. Okay. So till I have given the time duration as for 2 minutes. So this tag will wait for that particular file for 2 minutes. If the file is not arrived within 2 minutes, the task is set to fail. So within the 2 minutes, if the file arrives, it runs and continues forward. Now you see I already waited. Like this task is waiting for a particular file. Let me open the logs and show you. See over here, it is looking for a particular file with a particular date. You see 2024, 0 to March 2nd, and it is waiting. So far the file has not arrived. As it's not 2 minutes over, it is still waiting for it. Okay. So now you are able to see the DAG is waiting. This task is waiting for the file. Now let me run this. The source data. Now this is the source data which uploads the delta changes to the S3 bucket. And this DAG is already running and it is waiting for that file. See, now DAG is successfully run. Now let's see. Now it's running again. It will search. Now you see, now S3 file check is successful. Why? Because it got the file in the S3 bucket. Once the file is successfully it got, now it runs the second step. So the advantages of S3 key sensors, it can wait for a particular file to arrive by the duration. In actual production and all, we'll be waiting for 1 hour or 2 hours. But in the demo point of view, I just given for 2 minutes duration. Now, I hope you were able to understand what is the advantage of using S3 key sensor in the Airflow. So these two are loaded. Now first let me show you in the S3 bucket. Let me refresh. Now you're able to see 2024-03-02. The second, this delta changes have been loaded over here. Now first let me see, let's check the MySQL workbench where already source data already has the data, so I'm not running this. So let me check the last extract date first over here. Let me run this. Now you see the last extract date is updated to 2nd, 3rd, 2022 because it was successful run. Okay, and data is also loaded to S3 bucket. So data is already loaded to the S3 bucket. Now let us check, did the latest data load into the actual table, final table. Okay, you see before when we ran it was till 1st March 2024. Now 2nd March 2024 is also loaded and it is having 182 records. Let us check the record count as well to validate. Did we miss any records or not? Now you see the 2nd March 2024 has 182 records and 185, 13, 139, 428, 480. And we are also getting the same 128, 185, 139, 425, 480. So all the records we got it. So right now only delta changes of 2024-03-02 data has been loaded. So this is it. So this is a demonstration of an external stage, how to ingest the data from an external source database to a Snowflake using external stage via Airflow by using S3 key sensor. Okay, I hope you liked it. As I said, whenever DAG fails, we'll be sending the email notification using AWS SNS service and sending the email with the relevant error messages. So let me show you. So scenario like that. So here you see, let me show you a DAG. So imagine one scenario where when we are running the DAG and we did not get the file. Okay, it waited for 1 minute duration. Initially, when I was checking with the S3 file check, I was running for 1 minute duration. So I was testing the email notification service, is it working fine or not. So once we are not getting the file, the DAG got failed. Whenever DAG fails, we'll be getting the email notification. But as you see over here in the graphs, you will not see any separate dedicated step task for that. Okay, why? It's because, let me open you the code. So for every DAG operations, there is one keyword like on failure callback. Okay, for every operator, there is one particular keyword which you could use on failure callback. For each on failure callback, I have calling a particular function that is send DAG failure email. This is a DAG failure email which I just created, where passing all the necessary information, passing it to the respective ARN and forwarding the email. Okay, so this is what. So because of this, you will not be seeing any dedicated task for the same. But whenever any step fails, we will be getting the email notification for the same. So let me show you an example or sample email notification. So this is one of the sample email notification when I was developing the DAG. So what the subject is DAG, the particular DAG name, and it says it failed. And if you see over here, you'll get the again the DAG name and mentioning it is failed. And it also shows which task ID. See over here, you'll see it as S3 file check. So in this particular task failed with this particular task ID. And what is the exception? So here it says sensor has timeout. So it says that it was sensor, this particular task was waiting for a file and not received the file, and already the duration of the time exceeded. As a result, as you see, specified time is 60 seconds. It already exceeded till 66 seconds. As a result, it has failed. So you'll be getting email notifications like this. Yeah. So that is it. That is it regarding the email notifications. Thank you.